Good evening. My name is Kelvin Reed. Welcome to Journey to Become Wealthy, day 36. Um, Today we're going to discuss the market. We're going to do a stock market recap on Thursday's market. If you guys were with me yesterday, then you guys saw the Fed cause the stock market crash. And the stock market crash is just an abrupt downturn and sell off of stocks in the market. And we saw that happen on yesterday. We saw stocks fall pretty sharp and pretty hard. Today we saw the pretty much stock market pretty much flat on the day. No major movement. It was just pretty much flat. It was not negative or positive. Everything was just sitting there chilling. Um, so we're going to talk about the Fed, and really what happened yesterday is they said that they would start selling bonds a lot sooner than expected. On that coupled with the interest rate hikes had the market go crazy on yesterday and today. I think pretty much what we saw was fear. People were afraid to buy or sell, therefore the market held flat. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we'll expect, but after we check things out today, we'll pretty much we'll try and draw some conclusion and see what we can come up with for tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, before I move any further, I want you guys to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the bell so that you get all the notifications when I post. Also, you guys make sure you follow my Instagram so that you catch me when I go live. I actually did go live on tonight, saying that I was having technical difficulties with recording this video, but I'm not a quitter. I am not a quitter, so here we are. Let's go ahead and move into this thing. All right, let's start with the futures. We have the Dow down 0.47%, the S&P 500 down 0.10%, the Nasdaq down 0.13%. We have the Hang Seng actually up 1.15%, and we have been seeing this thing creep up most of the night. It has crept up from earlier video. I've been shooting videos since 8 o'clock at least. I know it's funny, but it was at 0.47%, and since then it's come all the way up to about 1.15. So that is great. We look forward to seeing it. As far as our pre-market movers, none of the pre-market movers are moving anything heavyweight. Earlier we were seeing things pretty much mixed between the two. I was seeing 6% here, 6% here, 5% here, 5% here, and it was pretty much just balanced all the way around. So that goes to show me that tomorrow may also be a flat day. We may not see any selling or buying pressure due to fears on where stocks will be going tomorrow. Let's check out the Russell. I'm pretty sure that it is sitting at 0.56 on the night, it is at 0.56 on tonight. And again, pretty much flat, right? Pretty much flat. Nothing major, nothing to be afraid of, or any of that. It's just flat on the day. So let's check out if we see any news. Stock market news live update. Stock futures right before December job report. So that was, I want to say last week, but hey, we can check it out. Right? Stock market news live update. Stock futures rise before December jobs report. Stock futures open higher Thursday evening as investors looked ahead to a key report on the U.S. labor market recovery at the end of a volatile week. On Friday, investors are set to receive the Labor Department's December jobs report, providing an update on the extent to which labor supply shortages were still impacting the economy at the end of last year. So this actually could be a catalyst for the market to either go positive or negative. Any more bad news could send the market even further down into the trenches. So you guys be ready for that. But positive news could send it up, send it going back up. And according to them, they say the market was up. I mean, you guys just saw what I saw. We saw things pretty much flat. We didn't see any major movement. But hey, they say the markets were going up, and I like to see it. I like to hear it at least, although I don't see it. So let's move ahead. Let's check out our stock heat map, right? You guys know the routine. We're gonna check out stock heat map. What we have here is the technology sector, pretty much flat. We had some pretty much the entire market was pretty much flat and mixed. But what we'll have is here and there we'll see some that made some pretty good gains. We'll see some that took some pretty major losses. But we're gonna start out with the tech sector. The tech sector again looking pretty flat. Crowd was up 4.57%. I actually sold 2 shares of this today to move money into another stock that I plan on holding throughout 2022. I don't want to catch crowd before it comes back down. Again, I think the technology sector is going to be one that's impacted negatively if this year is really a bearish market. However, I'm still holding for the long term. I'm holding 1 share in this portfolio for the long term. We got Nvidia up 2.08%, Apple down 1.67%, and Sony came back down. So this was a case of buy the rumors, sell the news. Sony had rumors, which we did see it. We saw the article of them trying to get into the electric vehicle market, and we saw the stock go up a good 4 or 5%. It was up, I believe, to 130 on yesterday. Now today we see it come back down. We saw it come back down to its fair valuation, possibly at about 123. So it's down 4%, 4.26%, and that's fine. Again, this company can go up or down. We see other companies like Accenture PLC down 4.83%, and it was actually up yesterday. It ran up yesterday 4.4 something percent. So these things could just be coming down, back down to balance out. These are corrections of the prices, so that's fine. Financial sector, again, you guys know this is where we're going to be going primarily. We see companies that we looking into: Bank of America up 2%, Wells Fargo up 2.56%. We see Goldman Sachs was pretty much flat. It had a down 0.43%. However, this is going to be one of our safe plays that we're going to get into, and we definitely going to hold on to and hope to see some profit for this year. So definitely going to be looking at, we're going to be picking between Wells Fargo and Bank of America, and we're going to be trying to get into some Goldman Sachs, because this is a company that has been outperforming over the years, and we want to make sure we're in that. PayPal was actually up 2.73%. You guys know I am in PayPal. I am holding PayPal for the long term. I am heavily invested into it. Communication services. Facebook came back up 2.53%. We saw it coming into some negative this week, but it's back up. That's good to see. DoorDash is up 7% on the day. Nothing major. The rest of the sector looks pretty flat, with the exception of Netflix being down 2.51%. Healthcare, we are focusing on drug manufacturers. I said we were going to look into getting into this, but I am not so sure. I have been seeing Pfizer balance stay between the price range of 53 and 55, which it has actually been managing to hold for several years. I don't think we're going to see any really real profits by getting into Pfizer. Also, if we see any bad news in the vaccine, as far as things going on, or any more virus news, this could plummet. And I don't want us to be caught holding that bag. Johnson & Johnson may actually be a good company for us to get into. We'll have to do some evaluations on it. However, I have not so far. So if you guys want to actually do any research, make sure you leave it in the comments. Let me know. Or if you want to be private, please DM me and let me know. I greatly appreciate it. Moderna up 0.39%. And Merck, we saw this one running up for a couple days. It is down only 0.06%. Again, the market is pretty flat. I think fears, people don't want to buy or sell. They just want to see what things are going to do. Consumer cyclical. Baba, you guys know that is my Chinese Amazon play. It is actually up 4.51% for today. It is up 4.51% for today. That is good news, because I am holding that, and I may or may not get out of it. I do know that it is far undervalued, and I want to be in it for the good term, right? I want to try and make some money. JD.com is actually up 5.97%, despite it has news today that Cathy Woods sold some of her shares in the company. So I expect them to come down, but they're showing it to be up 5.97% for today. So that is good news. eBay is up 3.60%. Tesla, however, came down 2.15%. This may be something we can look into getting into, but who knows? Ford has been on a run. It is currently up 3.38% on today, but it has been running up all week, you guys. I don't know. I think this is due to news of them getting into the EV market. They are going to start attacking EV market more heavily. They'll be more EV focused towards the future. So that was great news, and I think that is why the stock is pumping. However, I do believe it will have to come down. So you guys be the judge. If you guys want to get into that, if you guys want to do some technical analysis on it, again, leave it in the comments and let me know, or feel free to DM me if you want to. Consumer defensive. Walmart pretty down flat. Procter & Gamble down flat. Real estate flat. We see energy showing some bright green, so that's oil and gas showing bright green. Yeah, pretty much all around. You guys let me know if you want to get into that. I don't really indulge in oil and gas because it's bit me in the past, so you never know how that market can go. It is strictly based on government regulations. Well, I won't say strictly, but it is heavily related with some government regulations that I try to stay out of. Industrials flat, basic materials flat, and utilities are pretty flat. All right, so we see all of this. We see the market pretty flat. We see some green opportunities in here today. some green opportunities to make some money, whether it was 2% or whatever. If you got in at the right price or if you got in earlier, that is always good. Let's check out our crypto heat map. All right, and crypto was pretty down. You guys know when the stock market comes down, so does crypto, right? When the stock market comes down, so does crypto. So let's check this thing out. Bitcoin down 3%, Ethereum down 6.69%. Of course, Bitcoin is at a buy zone under $47,000 and $46,000. This is $41,000. Means you guys are actually getting it at a cheaper price than me. Of course, I told you guys I've been buying into it bit by bit. The lower it goes, every time it goes down 5%, I've been buying into it. I may actually consider buying more to bring my average down even more on tomorrow because we know this thing goes back up to $50,000, $60,000. If it comes down to $30,000, I'll still be building in my portfolio to bring my average down. I am not afraid of Bitcoin or crypto coming down. Ethereum sitting at $3,225, down 6% on the day. That is, again, I'm not buying Ethereum because my average is so low already. Ethereum will have to come under $30,000 in order for me to get more of it, at least at its current price. Cardano up 1.20%. Terra Luna down 7%. It is currently sitting at $70.63. Again, you guys know I bought this at $84. This may be an opportunity for me to average down, bring my average down, and continue to just build out my portfolio. Shiba Inu down 1.59%. It is currently sitting at 4 zeros and 29. You guys know I said I won't be getting any more of this unless it comes down to 4 zeros and 28. And it's also a very, very long-term hold. I'll plan to be holding this thing for 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years, guys, before I really plan to see it run up or make any millionaires. So you guys, if you get into this, make sure you know what you're getting into. And the fact that you can get a lot of it for cheap, I mean, pretty good. It's not a loss. Dogecoin coming down 1.92%. Again, this thing has been stagnant for several months now. Again, I'm in it just for the long term. I don't have very many shares of it or a whole lot of money into it, but I am still holding just for the long term. Crypto.com coin. It is down 2.66%. Another long-term play for me. I am holding long. Two that I want you guys to pay attention to would be Mana Decentraland, which is our metaverse play. It is currently, at the time of this recording, it is up 13.74%. It is sitting at $3.22. This is our metaverse play. This, along with Sandbox, I believe they were both up for today, so this is major. It is up 12.94% on the day. That is great news for us. It may be some positive news following metaverse. You guys looking today, you let me know. Sandbox was up 0.73%. However, it is down 19% on the week. So you guys make sure you keep looking into this. I am invested in both Mana and Sandbox, and I'm happy to be holding. Again, these are my long-term plays as they continue to build out the metaverse. I think these stocks or these crypto will become more valuable and in the long run be worth something. So those are the cryptos I think we're most interested in as of currently, and that we're gonna keep playing with. So I have a chart that I built out for you guys. I want you guys to kind of check out, and this is just a quick rough draft of how I'm gonna be building out my portfolio for 2022, right? And how I want you guys to be thinking about things and how we're gonna be rebalancing the portfolio, so you guys can kind of keep it in mind. Now, this is not the bottom line. I don't want you guys to actually go in here and just be done, buy things like this and be done. I want you guys, and I'm going to constantly be evaluating this so that we can try and hit that 100% mark. We want to turn our 20K into 40K this year, right? And in a bearish market. So that means it's definitely going to be challenging. It's definitely going to be challenging. It's not going to be an easy task. But you guys see here, I have my ratings, I have my stock names, I have my ticker symbol for those stocks, I have my asset percentage, which is the weight, how much of my portfolio I'll have inside that company, and I have an entry price. And I have the risk or the volatility of that stock. I'll be actually doing another tab for this for crypto. I have not done it yet, but I will be creating a tab for crypto as well and things like that. So if you guys see here, you guys see VTI is going to be, again, like my savings account, my bank account. I'll be putting 60% of my portfolio in this so I can get that guaranteed 24% or 20%, which is the average for VTI on the year. Goldman Sachs, I'll be trying to get about 5% in there. Here you see ratings. I have a rating of 3 for both Wells Fargo and Bank of America. This is because I have not yet managed to figure out which one of these I am going to be trying to go in on. I am going to keep doing my valuations on them, and really, I think Wells Fargo is the one that I want to get into. However, I am looking on prices to come down. You guys see my entry price. I am looking on prices to come back down to a reasonable price, and then I'll be making my entry, and I'll be putting the 5% of my portfolio in those. I'll be getting Apple. I'll be trying to get 5% of that at these prices, and I'll be getting maybe some Tesla or Microsoft. Y'all see these are tied at 5, and my entry prices for those. And you also see that the volatility of these are high. These are my high volatility plays. These are the ones I expect to be balancing things out, giving me that 50 to 100% returns on my money. SoFi Technologies and PayPal. I'm going to be for sure having some percentage in these two companies. I'm already building out my portfolio on SoFi. I actually have it built out, but I'm still evaluating it over time, right? And PayPal, I have some stocks in it. So I'm still building these things out and watching them. I'm waiting on some returns, and I'll be using those returns to actually invest in some of these other things. As of right now, you see this is incomplete, but I am working on it, and I just want to give you guys a rough draft of how you guys can plan out your 2022 year of investing. So don't just jump in here. Actually, make sure this is the information you need. These are the important things: the risk, the entry price, the percentage, how much of your portfolio you want to actually get in there. And y'all see here, I have cash. I have it set at 5%. That is how much of my money or how much of my portfolio I'll be trying to stay around that range and use it to buy options. That is the money I'll be using to buy options. It's my cash. So really, it'll be between 5 and 15% at the end, but that'll be money that I'll be having in VTI. I'll be taking it out, investing, buying an option, making my profit, putting that money back in. I'll be constantly rotating and constantly building my portfolio out that way. So you guys know how options are. I use those to put cash back in and continue constantly build a portfolio. But I want these stocks to be my foundation. We have to make sure we have a solid foundation, and we do think financials are going to be the solid foundation. However, we want to hold on to some of these tech companies because we do think that they're going to continue to prosper, and some of these other software slash financial companies like SoFi and PayPal. Facebook is just one of those high volatility plays that we think is a long term banger, and we want to stick with it, right? We want to stick with it. Um, so I have one last thing I want to talk about. I talked about this again in my live earlier, but I want to review it one last time to make sure you guys get it and make sure everybody sees it, right? I was asked about a PayPal option on today, a PayPal option. And the PayPal option I was asked about was a call that expired January 7th. It was the $190 PayPal call option. So to start, this is a call. Buy a call to expire on January 7th, which is Friday, tomorrow. The price of this call option was $3.15, which one option is $315. Basically, you multiply by 100, so $315. The open interest on this is 2,764. That is how many people have bought this and holding. The volume is how many times this was traded. The theta, how much money you lose as you hold this. So 1.19. The delta, how much you gain as this goes up or down. Goes up primarily, 69. So the theta is far greater than the delta. That for me is a red flag. I'm going to try and stay away from plays like this. On top of the fact that it expires on tomorrow, so I don't know how the market's going to react tomorrow, if this thing's going to go up or down. So it does not give me any time to manage my losses or my gains. So I'm weary of this already based on the time and the fact that the theta is a lot heavier than the delta. So what my recommendation for the individual who asked me about this call option was to go to January 14th, push it out a week, give myself more time, and grab this $200 call option. This option is a far cheaper. So instead of $3.15, which turns into $315, you have $1.47, which equates to $147 for one option. It has the similar open interest, 2,451, and it has a similar volume. It was traded 4,584 times. A lower theta of 0.21 and a greater delta. The delta is greater than theta. That is immediately better to me already because that means I have a better chance of returning profits. On top of the fact that the time is pushed out by a week, so if this stock does decide to come down on tomorrow, I have a chance of averaging down and waiting on the run back up so that I can make a profit on this call option. So those are the things you guys I'll be looking for. Would be a better option to me. I'm not investing in this, but this is just to answer a question that I was asked earlier today. And So this is what I would be looking to buy. I always try. A rule of thumb for me is when I buy a call option, unless I know it's going to be a quick day trade, because I'm looking at the trend and I see the momentum or it has positive news, I am looking to get my options about 2 weeks out. About 2 weeks out at least. Now, if I am doing a day trade, yeah, of course, I'm looking at the trend line. I see it going up. I know I'm guaranteed to get some money. I'm gonna get in, get out in less than 10 to 20 minutes, guaranteed. That one for PayPal, seeing that where the market is, even if the market is flat tomorrow, if PayPal doesn't move, you're losing money. You're not winning. You're not making any gains. So that's why I don't see myself getting into that one that expires tomorrow, and it's the 190 call. That's why I don't see that one being a good option. I mean, you could probably pursue that one for tomorrow at the 553 range if you would like. But you see, it has a lot lower open interest and it has a lot lower value. It means it may be harder for you to get in or out of this option. It may be a lot harder for you to get in or out of this option. So you want to look for that higher open interest and you want to look for a higher volume, similar to the one that we found here for January 14th, similar to the one we found here. So that is all I got for you guys. I want you guys to make sure you get a screenshot of this because this is what we're building towards. This is how I want you guys to plan out your portfolios for this year. And if, I cannot tell you what to buy or sell, but I'm going to be showing you how I will be building my portfolio this way and what I will be buying and selling. The prediction for tomorrow, I do predict that again we will have a pretty much flat market. I think it's going to be mixed. I think it's going to be pretty flat though at the end of the day, especially since it's Friday. We've already had a major come down, a major correction downwards, and I don't think too many people are going to be looking to buy or sell. I think everybody's going to be pretty much sitting steady tomorrow, wait for any positive or negative news, especially seeing that the Labor Department is going to be discussing December jobs. Negative news could send the stock market down, positive news could send it back up. However, I won't be trying to trade in it. I mean, if I see anything potential put options, I'll let you guys know. I'll be posting it, and we'll be going from there. So that's all I have for you guys. I may actually. Oh, if you follow my Instagram earlier, you should have saw the news about Cathy Woods, right? You saw that she actually got out of sold, not got out of. She sold $21 million in Tesla. She sold $21 million in Tesla, and she purchased Roku. She purchased some Roku. She purchased some Roku. So that may be something for you guys to actually look at. I mean, consider getting into. So Cathy Woods, let me see if it connects. It did connect. A Tesla Super Bowl Wood has long favored the Musk-led company and set a $3,000 price target. However, she sold $21 million. She bought 101,101 shares of Roku, and she sold 28,300 shares of JD.com, valued at 1.8 million. She bought $32.7 million in Roku while selling $21 million of Tesla on Wednesday. So I want you guys to be wary of this and kind of just do your own research. We may be looking for Tesla to come down a little bit, and we may want to if you want to get into Roku, or if you want to look into that, we may be looking to get into that company. So that's just a heads up for some of you guys. I think that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for joining me on the journey to become wealthy, day 36. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.